Yeah, well, hi, friends. Doc South with you. And I don't know. I've been working on getting some life insurance, and it's somewhat of an eye opener trying to get it at my age. Now, I've had life insurance most of my life. Some of the policies have lapsed. They were term life, and well, they're done now. I and it looks like the insurance company won out because I paid them X amount and I didn't croak. So, actually, I'm kind of glad they did get paid off or did okay. Um, but trying to get newer insurance, you know, for someone my age, yeah, I'm 75 for crying out loud. They're thinking, gosh, any minute now, you know, and they're going to have to shell out those big bucks. And they run you through these various tests. Now, I can see getting a physical and all that. That's fine. Check you for cognitive impairment, I suppose, is good too. But you know, I think a lot of times they confuse that cognitive test for just day to day stuff. In other words, I often wonder if they asked me questions about the 50s, honestly, I think I could answer most anything you threw at me, I would think. 60s, 70s, 80s. What happens is, I think as you get older, especially if you're, 60, 70 years old, the decade you're in isn't that interesting to you. You're more interested in the one that, well, where you were young. Huh? Yeah. I mean, I could probably hop in a early 1950s car and drive it down the road just fine. You know, with the gear shift and the shift lever on the column, and I'd know. Yeah, this is where the I got the lights. Don't worry, we're fine. Yeah, and no, it doesn't have a seatbelt. Hang on. Yeah, that kind of thing. I would think I could tell you, I have told you all sorts of stories from my past, and I'll bet you if you're my age, you could tell buckets of stories from your past just as well. And it's funny. They kind of turn you down because you don't know, well, because you don't know what's modern, it seems. And that's, I don't know, I think that's kind of pushing the wrong button, so to speak. A lot of my memory tests that I had to take required required working with a computer. Well, I don't know how to work with a computer. You got to be kidding. What do I want with a computer? If they asked me to name the towns I lived in as a kid, I think I could do that. I think I could. I'm not going to do it right now because I was in quite a few towns, but I bet you I could. And I may have to try to work on that. But you see what I'm saying? I think I could tell you neat stories about many of my friends that I grew up with, and even in some cases what they're doing now, or how life turned out for them. Um, yeah, I can tell you what it was like when Kennedy got shot. Boy, it stunk. It's the best way to put it. That was a real shockaroo. Um, but you see what I'm saying? It's I th- I think they're I think they might be beaten on the wrong bush. They're I think they are when they expect us to look at a bunch of triangles and squares and stuff, and 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 then tell them what order the darn things were in. Who the heck cares? Yeah, but I'll bet you if you asked me for a good way to cook corned beef hash, I'll bet you I could tell you. I, yeah, it's or a good spaghetti sauce. God, I make some of the best spaghetti sauce you ever had. You see what I'm saying? It's I think they try to put it into, I think rather than listening to you and maybe asking you some questions about the past, I think, I honestly think they're 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 beating up the wrong tree, trying to get people to do their tests by way of computer or by way of some kind of an exam of some sort. I, I don't know. Maybe not. I might be totally wrong on this. Maybe doctors discovered that if you can't put the blue triangle next to the green triangle and a yellow triangle on the left of the assembly, you're bound for the loony bin. Maybe they're right. I don't know, but I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't. It's it's I don't know. I know, like, I can tell you what it's like to work in a loony bin. I did. I was an orderly in a mental hospital, a state mental hospital. A lot of those patients were actually pretty darn smart, and a lot of them lived to be a ripe old age too. They crazy as bed bugs, but they knew they knew their world, so to speak. And I don't know. I'm just saying, it might be it might be interesting to re-examine how they test people for their cognitive ability. It might be a good idea. I don't know. And the more they try to test you, an older person, in with modern ways, the more confused they get, and the more confused they get, the worse they look when it comes to remembering things. You get yourself shook. Just saying. I don't know. I suppose if I wanted to make a nice $1 trillion, I could maybe come up with a proper cognitive ability test for old folks. I bet you we'll get some interesting emails on this. Okay, yeah, let's hope. I'll catch you later. Bye now, friends. God bless. Let me see if I can figure out how to stop this doggone smartphone now. God, I love a duck. There, I think this button, right? No. This one.